So we did that. And then we were told to find a way out of the area. So continue. So right here, this thing. Oh, we can actually change bodies here. So this is how you do it. This is all the bodies that we collected. And you could just change through them like that. So we're on level 13, the Ascent, which is kind of the, hey, you collected all of the bodies. Now use all of the bodies' abilities to make your way out of the BONELAB, I guess, is kind of what we're doing at this point. Wishing well lift. Okay. Good. So this is about where we left off last time. So let's double check what we got here. 111 of that. 88 shotgun shells. And this takes 5 shots, sure. Okay. Alright, that should be good. Okay. Oh, I remember this. Okay, this was the jumping part. We actually already did this part last time. Oh. Sir? I actually didn't know that was an active enemy. Okay. Well then. And then I think there was no bodies here.
Hey.
Okay, well, this could be going better. What the fuck is going on here? Okay. Something feels a little off of my tracking here, but this will probably be okay. So there's this, we need to get over there. So you have to pull this and then hit that button. Okay, I guess a big chungus is needed for this part. Alright, come on. That in are you kidding? All right. So this gave me a lot of trouble last time too. Come on. Just please. All right. Okay. God. And then this next part was... oh. next part was the platforming bit. I don't know where the other people went down there. Okay. My what? Okay, so I want this. Okay, so this is where I called it last time because this part was not going well. Okay. Come on. Come on. Okay. 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 And then... Oh, I probably could have gone and... Oh, I probably could have just done that. Okay. I forgot how enormous this character is. Oh, no! Alright. Okay. Alright, I think my ammo is probably a little... Yeah. I gotta start using the shotgun now. Okay. So I probably need to be the small boy and jump into there. Okay. Is there any ammo around here? I don't see any. Okay, so it looks like you need to move this over to there, but I'm pretty sure if I'm just the small boy, I can just jump up here. Yep. All right. Suddenly, this has turned into Alien. This almost seems like I need to stand here and then... Oh, God! Well, that did exactly what I thought it would do. Well, I'm currently a cat in a mech suit, so not quite human. Something's gonna fall out of there, I know it. Yep. Reading you like a book game. These are probably gonna infinitely spawn too. Hello? Yeah, well, the Alien Resurrection can be played in, or Alien Isolation can be played in VR. I just chose not to because I knew it would be a bad time. Oh god. Well then. Well then. I had no agency in this happening. There's a goodie down here, though. Okay. Let's change to not small boy here. Okay, what is this? Null body corrupted NPC. Well, I can already tell this is... I'm not sure how I'm gonna get out of this particular pickle. Oh, I got him. Oh shit, there's a... back up here. Let's get up there. Get up there. Okay. We need one power cell, or I can take that. It looks like. All right, so those are pooping out boxes. So this probably turns off the gravity thing. And then I can turn on that gravity thing, I assume, to get over to that side. Okay, so we need to be tall boy. And then perp. Okay. Let's put that down. Okay. So this feels more like proper puzzle solving than some of the earlier like roll around a ball stuff that the game was having me do. Okay, I could just try throwing that up there, but that's probably gonna end up in the thing, the power cell falling into that sewer again. So let's play it safe. Okay. So... Angie null body over there. So, I could, like, climb up there, but I'm pretty sure the game just wants me to just run and jump over there. Oh, there's handholds there. There's handholds there, too. Fuck! Alright, this is fine. Alright, get up there. Alright, Climbing up ledges continues to be... Alright, hello, sir. I think that got him. That guy just appeared suddenly. I think. Finally some ammo over here. Okay. Oh, good. It's the shitty SMG from the first game. Yeah, there are melee. At the beginning of the level where I spawned in, there's a big spiked mace and a shield. There are various swords. But I mostly find the melee in this inconsistent. So if I can avoid doing melee, then I will. There is also this guy, who is the brawler, who is specifically designed to be very good at hand-to-hand combat. There was a whole level based off of around him doing hand-to-hand stuff. So we got a bunch of pistol and I have 8 rifle, so I can't use rifle. 87 shotgun. I guess I'm pistoling for the time being. I'd rather use this. Oh, there we go. There's Speak of the Devil. We got ourselves some melee. But if I'm using this, I want to be this guy. Alright, so there's buzzsaws down there. We do not want to mess with the buzzsaws. This I probably want to be fast. Don't you dare drop a crate on me. Oh my god. Alright. This way. Okay, so we got a button there. What is this? Oh! Okay. This is an SMG, probably? A bullpup SMG, I guess. Sure. Okay. That was a secret, I guess. I'm actually curious what kind of gun this is. 207, 188. Oh, this is a rifle. Okay. That has to go in a overhand. Huh. It doesn't have a sight on it, really. It has a laser sight. But given the choice between a sight and a laser, I think I'd take a sight. Yeah. I'm probably gonna regret getting rid of this, so we'll keep that. Alright. Sorry, cool gun. You were cool and all, but okay, there's a turret over here. Oh, that's security. Making sure I'm not getting stuck up on here. So we got a hammer over there. I'm not sure if that's a turret or security. I think that's... Go. Okay. I hear the jumpy boys. Sure. Okay. Sure. Okay, let's stick with the shotgun for now. I'm debating whether or not I guess I could pretty easily check and see what's up there. With Tall Boy. Okay, nothing up there. Nothing up there. Okay. I was thinking, oh, I could climb up there. Well, why climb when you can become big? So that wrench is keeping that door open. It sounds like there's a turret. Okay, there's a turret over there. There's two turrets that I can't knock over with the shotgun. Alright, I guess we're going under here then. Are you kidding? All of those missed? Well, that's pretty much what this is. But like it, I still would really like to see, and maybe I'll make it myself one day, just a full-ass RPG with mechanics like this. Okay. I don't see any ammo. The game's been really not giving much ammo at all. Okay, so if I become big... Okay, so I can't grab onto that. I could probably just... Hey, cool puzzle, bro. How about I just become big and then... and then skip your whole puzzle. And just go like that. Okay. And then like that. And then... Oh, I just need to get on the other side of this. Get out of here. We're just like a big robot cat now. Just knocking stuff over. They're having a dance party in here, it looks like. Sorry to interrupt your dance party. That is a cat with a VR headset on. That's another one. Sure. Alright, what we got in here? I hear the security. How does this differ from the one I already have? It does not. Okay. Well, in case you lost your one earlier. And I guess we got some rifle ammo out of it. This looks like there'd be a goodie hidden in here, but of course not. Maybe in here, though. Oh. Who we got here? The last ID card was a secret cat girl. Are you a secret cat girl, Heldine A? Nope. Not a secret cat girl. We just get thinking pose on the cool lenticular card here. Apparently there's like hidden stuff tied to those key cards now. Yeah, something is definitely off with the aiming and the hand tracking right now. Which is a bummer, but we're so close to the end, I don't think I'll stress about it. It's really hard to tell when you need to pump the shotgun because there's no indicator or anything. It sounds like there's something nearby. Any ammo in there? In the original game, there's all sorts of ammo in like trash cans and things like that, but no such luck in this game. Yeah, the door doesn't have a handle. That sounded like things spawning in. What are we doing with ammo? 54 shots. Sir. Sorry we missed you. Where's my parcel now? We left it in a safe place on your doorstep in plain sight with armed hostiles nearby. Thank you for shipping with us. That checks out. That absolutely checks out. Sledgehammer. What's this? Sledgehammer. Alright. We got ourselves a proper weapon now. Uh-huh. There we go. Now we're talking. It does not stick to surfaces. Disappointing. I think there is a mod for that. For Viscera cleanup detail. I don't have the game though. Station. But yeah, it's kind of crazy how many games have like traditional games have VR ports now, or VR mods done to them. Like the one that I'm excited about. Why does this thing have to screech? Hey, just fucking die. Just die already. Okay. I think we got it. Let's see. Deus Ex actually has a VR mod coming out for it because somebody's actually converting it to like modern Unreal Engine. This is probably where I put the key card. Interesting. Like there's that, there's Dark Forces 2, Jedi Knight. So I probably have to run faster than the train. This is what the fast form is for. Go! Oh god.
Hey.
Oh shit. Oh god. Apparently, oh, those spawned from here. Alright, so I guess it's scripted for it to make that sound. Am I not gonna make it? Holy shit! Oh my god. Alright, they made that unnecessarily close. Holy shit. That actually scared me. Okay, this is an SMG. Okay, this. Another SMG. Wow. A bunch of rifle ammo now anyways, so whatever. This doesn't even have like a good sight on it, or a laser sight, so... Boo! So there's probably like another collectible down there. But I'm not sure I want to do that. Game already almost gave me a heart attack. So the first game had a subway level, now that I think about it. And this looks very familiar, actually. This looks like the subway that was in the first game.
Hey.
Credentials, huh? We don't have a ticket or credentials. But it looks like I could probably just hop over it anyways. No ticket needed if we just become big. There's something up there. Probably not. Okay. Okay. So touching that stuff damages you. Alright. Let's move this over here. And then burp. Whoop. Get on up there. Okay. Oh. Get over there. Get over there. Okay. It's only no credit. Okay. Sure. Minecart, so that's from an earlier level. There's a key there. Staff only. I haven't seen any keys around. I have a feeling you get a key from the key card room from earlier. And then that gives you goodies, probably. Oh, I completely missed this. Alright, this is nice because it's an SMG that can fit in here. There's another SMG in there too. And a pickaxe. And this big rock. Alright, this is our new friend, Rock. Is it like minor nobodies? Okay, sure. Those things are new. The fireball shooters. Yeah, that Walking Dead game was pretty great. It did get some post-game content that I never did. But now that I saw that it's getting a sequel, I think I'll just wait for the sequel and just play that. Okay. This looks like the backstage area from the minecart ride. Abandoned. Pay no heed, below the belt. Rejection of all modification to body, mind, environment. These are the laws we chose for peace, no more. Contentedness within the walled gardens. Alright. This almost sounds like there was a robot uprising or something. It sounds like there's a bunch of footsteps walking towards me. Alright, what we got here? Lava Gang was here. Alright, hold on, Lava Gang. Greetings. If you're reading this, we have good and bad news. The good news is Monogon has abandoned Fantasyland in favor of greener pastures, leaving Lava Gang to dig into their left behind research and resources. The bad news is you're well past the point of no return. If you stay here now, you'll be stuck in a long forgotten back closet of Mythos forever. But if you make it to the void, you're welcome to come join us. We're building something new and expanding upon what's been found. Grab what you can, and we'll see you on the outside. Lava Gang was here. Okay. I'm still not sure if I'm in Lava Gang or not. Maybe just by getting this far, I'm in Lava Gang. They abandoned Heaven's Reach. How could they? Why? This is the villa. This is the villa. This was a early VR tech demo from like 2014, I think? 2013, 2014? That they included as a playable level in the first Boneworks game. And it was like a cool Easter egg. As it was one of the early Oculus demos was of this villa. I'm sure this is going to turn into a video of something. Labor constantly to better the land. They left us to burn. They owe us. Abandoned. Fantasyland. Abandoned. How could they? Respect and keep safety bubble distance. Abandoned. Abandon where? Here. Betrayal.
All shipping between MythOS and Fantasyland must be marked appropriately.
It is really dark right here. Okay, that door can't be opened. Rejection of unholy arts. They scam. They abandoned. Obedience to elders, clergy superiors, scam. They left us. We will take up arms. We will take what's ours. Why burn? Why? Some of these use the Diablo font, and it's pretty great. Alright, there's an enemy up there in the corner. Oh no, that's just a thing. Gratitude for divine provisions. Oh, this is the wishing well that I've heard so much about. This is where they put crap on here and then just send it up to Fantasyland. That was written about early on in the game in some lore. There's definitely something up here. Alright, let's become big. Oh god. Okay. Alright, get up there. Alright, perfect. Alright, what we got? Oh god! Fuck you, game. It doesn't do that often, but when it does... Okay. We got a button here on the door. Oh, that goes here. Hey, Hidden. Okay. Alright, I guess we're... Oh, that started up the lift sequence, I guess. Alright, up we go. Yeah, that's right, the snakes in the boxes. Good old RE4. Okay. Level 14, home. I think this is the last level. I'm not sure, though. I think it is, though. They're coming in on the home stretch of BONELAB. There's... come here to massacre the medieval village, I guess. What we got? Peasant male C. So here's the melee. So if I want to become this guy. Well, this is turned into Sword in the Stone. There we go. All right, now we sword in. We got a proper pump action shotgun here. But if this is like the other pump actions, then it only holds 4 shots, and I ain't about that life. We got an axe. We got an AK. Sure. I think I'll take my rifle at the sight any day. Note, heavens reached Grand Elder, the great pit awoken. When the ground opened up and destroyed Mother Margaret's home, I believe she perhaps had renounced the precepts and was damned. Oh, Father, forgive us. Diving into the depths, we learned the truth. Monaghan gave us the precepts, then left us to pursue sinful exploits elsewhere. At least this is not all lost. In their haste, they have left behind treasures of unimaginable wonder. We have begun to mine through what we can find and will further explore these depths. So the treasures they left behind was a bunch of guns, it looks like. Guns and stuff like axes. Sure. A dagger. Dagger. Be able to climb up that, but I don't see a point. Okay. This kind of pistol. Won't even let me pick it up anyways. Alright, how we doing on ammo? Sure. A little low on shotgun, unfortunately. Another AK. I almost don't want to know what's making that sound over there. Oh, it's just... top of the gallows here. Doesn't look like it actually. Oh, there is a goodie here though. Peasant male bee. I heard something spawn. Skeletons. Not today, skeleton. This has turned into King's Field now. Surely something up there. I don't think I can climb that though. Got him. Another AK. They're just giving out AKs like candy here. Probably get up there from up here. It's funny that one of the best shields in this game is a trash can lid. Is that a door that I can open? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Looks like there's just no point to being up here. Other than, hey, you can. Yeah, this is a buckler, I think, is this style of shield. Maybe? Because of this on it. Or maybe bucklers are smaller. I forget, I'm not a shieldologist. Look at these kitties that have weird tails. Pizza. Sure. Fibagapuri? Puri Bragdury? Sure. Anything under the bar here? No ammo? Nope. Alright, sure. And actually, now that I think about it, the first game, the final bit of the first game, Boneworks.
You'll never get out of here alive! We'll hang you again! My phone.
Was in like this medieval castle, and we had to fist fight the king to become the king. And I forget what happened after that. I guess this is us getting our revenge, because yeah, we were hanged by the villagers at the start of the campaign. It made it sound like there was 2 NPCs here. Okay, so this is definitely where we're Where we're going next. Alright. Get some better light here. Alright. Note, Heaven's Reach Grand Elder. Hope decays for a continued way of peace. The heretical Forsaken cast into the pit has somehow survived, scurrying through the bowels of the ancient tombs like a grave leech picking at corpses. Their rummaging led to the incidental awakening of some ancient mechanism, tearing the ground open like a gateway to hell. When our flock ventured into the depths of the maw, the horrible truth was discovered. We have been abandoned. We will no longer stand for this. We will breach these subterranean halls to retake control of these lands. Okay. I didn't see any human-type NPCs besides the gigantic guy. So... strange. Okay. Let's take care not to die here. Whoa. It feels like I'm supposed to get up there. I'm probably supposed to get up there and... Okay, I can climb up this, it looks like. Alright, let's become big. Oh my god. Alright. Uh-huh. Oh god, it's loading and locking up. Alright, save me, bro. What? Is this the Michelangelo Sistine Chapel? What happens if I let go here? My right hand's getting tired.
Folks, this stainless steel signature edition blade will cut through anything, but it's not going to stick around long at the nice price of $19.99, so call in right now and get cutting. Hey, there you are, finally. Hey, mind giving her a push?
Void taxi. Sir? One Nom 55,
All
Pennsylvania.
right, good job. Hop on in. We got to be somewhere.
Sir, I did not order this ride. All right. Tempest, Pennsylvania.
All right. You are listening to 98.6 WCCK, Dead FM, Road Warrior Edition, and this is Jay with my new pal on board. Now, pal here was causing a lot of trouble over in Fantasyland. Good thing I showed up though, right? Now we're headed into the city, but as you regulars out there know, we can't just drive there. we're gonna need a little bit of help from an old classic. It's time for Don't Fence Me In.
Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in, let me ride.
The song is The Road. Without it, we're just driving in circles and we never arrive.
Let me be by my to listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you please, don't fence me.
Just relax. Time a little blurry here.
Oh god.
You're at the end. You're also back at the beginning. Don't try to understand it. It'll hurt your brain, and you gotta be careful with that thing. Because here, all you got is your nothing but mind.
Oh no, I can't reach the thing. There we go. Oh god. Okay.
To the ridge where the west and gaze at the moon till I lose my senses, and I can't look at houses, and I can't stand fences. Don't
Ford.
see it.
Lost ID. That's the protagonist of the first game.
It may look peaceful out here, but it isn't. There's something hostile out there. It's been here a while. It's got a head start on us.
It's in the back seat, buddy.
That's why I do this. Some people think we need an army. Others want like a big legion of clones. Don't get me started on that. But I don't like armies. I want something different. I want Hellraisers pointed in the right direction. I want controlled chaos. Like you. See, everything out here is about building, about creation. The more that we make stuff, the more our minds connect to each other. In this place, any haphazard group of individuals is going to get wiped out. But a united force, that can survive. That's what we have to become before they get to us.
Of course, he looks back when I become the anime girl. Monster Energy.
You're on your own from here on out, pal. I'm not allowed any closer. It's a long story. But hey, welcome home. Everything's possible for Lava Gang.
All right.
Ooh, I got another caller. I gotta run. Start building.
All right. What if we are Big Honker's anime girl? Okay. Big the cat. There we go. Or Mario 64. Can't do that. And Big the cat. Some of these aren't working. Batman. There we go. All right. Batman intelligence is 1.0. And of course, the customary Batman submachine gun. That one's not working. Alright, we can beat Sonic. Oh my god. Alright, how fast are we? We are surprisingly not fast. Sonic. Alright, we're now Senator Armstrong from Metal Gear Rising. The hands are a little fucked up. Yes! Alright, now we're video gaming. Alright, Waluigi does not work. Okay. We have our avatar. Okay. And then that's the campaign for Boneworks. That sends you back to the start.
There you go.
Okay. If I do continue, does that bring me back to the hub? It does. Okay. Excellent. Okay, so let's check out some of the mod content real quick here. What's our timer at? 6 hours, 20 minutes for the main campaign. BONELAB. Which I believe is about as long as the original took. Alright, I'm curious. Yeah, some of these just don't work. Because I think they're made for the Quest version and not PC. Yeah, bummer. I wanted to be Pepsi Man, but no such luck. We're stuck as Shrek. Alright, so a lot of the dumb stuff. I don't know how you select... Okay, it must be an experimental. Okay, so we don't have to be Shrek, we can change bodies. Pillar climb, mirror, big bone bowling. Interesting. So I downloaded a bunch of really stupid shit, and most of it is not appearing. Parkour, arena, tactile, mods. Maybe it's in mods. There we go. Alright. Let's go to Nuketown, everybody's favorite Call of Duty map. I actually really like this map. So I'm interested to see what this looks like and how this performs. It is laggy as shit. Like I can see bars appearing on the left and right sides. Okay, this lets me fly, I guess. Yeah, this sure is Nuketown. I played the shit out of this map. Track United. People like to camp, like right here, a lot. And then they spawn back here. Oh, you don't actually see anything? Oh, that's interesting. Huh. That is very weird. That doesn't work. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go back to the hub. That is odd that doesn't appear to work. BONELAB hub. Okay. I really hope some of the other levels actually work for that mode. That's very strange that the camera didn't work. Okay. So this is Outset Island from Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. Everybody's favorite Zelda. Except mine. I don't actually like Wind Waker that much. Mostly for a mechanic in the game. Which we'll get to whenever I get to that one. And then hopefully the spectator camera works for this. And hopefully it doesn't crash the game. It can't be that big of a level. Hello? Game? Game? game. It's stuck on a loading thing. It's still animating the loading logo, but it doesn't appear to be loading because it very much should have loaded by now. Well, that's a bummer. Let's Alt F4 and relaunch BONELAB here. Okay. Out of all of the levels that I downloaded, that was not the one that I would have expected to have crashed the game, to be honest. Okay. Interesting that it changes the title of the level that it loads as the main menu now. Okay. Uh-oh, this better not be loading. Okay, good. I was gonna say if it loaded the broken level, then that would have been bad. Okay. So that level, no good. Okay. Princess Peach's castle. Oh, all right. This is promising. Yes. Wahoo! All right. Is this okay, you guys can see that. I lift the headset for a moment. Uh-huh. So on the modding website for this game where I got all these mods, the author of this mod said that they intended to put every single level from Mario 64 into BONELAB, and that you'd be able to eventually play through all of Mario 64 in the BONELAB engine. All right. What is? Oh God! No, no, no. Not gonna fall for that. No, thank you. All right. Any secrets down here? Doesn't look like it. All right. Well, this is... I think they actually modeled the inside now that I think about it. I think they did the lobby too. Uh-huh. There's no stars on the doors. Very disappointing. And we don't have enough stars to go in there, I guess. This one should open though. Nope. Disappointing. What about this? Nope. Can we... Wahoo! Whoa, 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 whoa! Nope. Nope. Alright, well this is neat. And this is before getting 5 stars. And brr, brr. We get the cool extra level. All right. Neat. All right, the next one I want to see. There is a water park, a full-ass water park that somebody made that has a bunch of like slides and things like that. And I'm curious to see how well this works. If it loads. I think there would probably be music already if it were going to load. Let's see here. This is, I guess, a larger level than the other one, so it probably would take a little bit longer to load. But this is not looking promising here. We'll give this another 10 seconds or so. Okay. All right, that one's not working. Bummer. Alt F4. Relaunch BONELAB. Okay. So there's one more I want to check out because it looked like the most ridiculous thing that I saw on the mod website. So here's hoping that this actually loads because this is great. Okay. BONELAB Hub. Back down to the mod menu. So I actually gasped when I saw this on the website. So somebody took the entire game worlds of Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, and Vice City and made them into levels. So let's just load up San Andreas and see what happens. So the LQ version I think is made for Oculus Quest, and this is the PC version. So this should work. It looks like it's loading something because it hitched a little bit on the loading animation that I'm seeing. I think you guys see a static screen. Oh my god, here it is. All right, are you guys getting a view? You are. Oh baby, we are in good old Grove Street. Oh man, the lighting is quite something. I forget which house was CJ's. I think it was that one or that one or this one. I remember starting the game and immediately stealing somebody's bike and then riding around the bike. So there's no inventory. Yeah, it doesn't give you any weapons and it doesn't give you the little flight thing. So this is just you're just on foot, I guess. Yeah, this certainly is San Andreas. Man, it's been a very long time since I played San Andreas. I think I played it through all the way and got as close as to 100% I could when it came out on PS2. And then played a little bit of it on Xbox. But I have not played it since. Man. Okay. I don't even remember this part here. Okay, can this character dunk? Yes. This character can dunk. Can we dunk from the free throw line? Is the better question. No. Okay. So if she can't dunk from the free throw line, can Long Boy here dunk from the free throw line? Oh yes. We could probably dunk from half court. All right, not quite. Okay, we could do a 3-point dunk with Tall Boy here, which, as far as I'm aware, no human has ever done. This is just a little bit taller than the tallest NBA players. So this is like NBA player POV. It's a shame this mod doesn't have any sort of fast travel thing built into it. But also understandable considering all the work it takes to do mods like this. Okay. All right, I'm curious to see if Vice City loads, because I'm a lot more familiar with Vice City. I played that game a lot more than San Andreas. Like, geez, I probably played through Vice City maybe six times. I don't think any of the basic avatars have flight capabilities. And it didn't spawn me with guns, so I can't like make a spawn a gun in this mode and then bring it with me, or spawn a flight thing. So alright, let's see if Vice City loads. Because Vice City, much more familiar. And also a much smaller game world map, so let's see what we got here. I'm curious where we spawn. Oh, this has flight. Look at that. The Ocean View Hotel. Okay, so this is one of the early save points. Okay, can you guys see? Yep. Okay. Yeah, this is San Andreas or Vice City, all right. So there's the docks over there. This is the mall, I think, or one of the malls. Yeah, this isn't the big mall. This is one of the malls, though. Uh-huh. And then that's the bridge that's closed. Where's the building that's under construction that you had to fly a helicopter through? I think that's over here. Yeah, there it is. There's the red construction stuff over there. And then the club, where you spent a lot of time in the game, I think is that building over there? Yeah, so over here was the stupid helicopter, the mini RC helicopter level, where you had to like fly helicopters through here and blow up exploding barrels, I think, inside here. So that was not a fun level. I remember that one very clearly. And over here is the club, where you spend a Club Malibu, it looks like. We go inside? Okay, oh god. I am shiny and red for some reason. I'm still shiny and red. Sure. God, that hotel is really big in VR. Okay. And then there is a bridge over here to this kind of island in the center where all the big mansions are. Is this the same one that I was saying? Oh, is that the story mansion? Okay, this is a different little island. So it was over this way. Okay, yeah, it was this mansion here was where a bunch of story stuff took place. Lots of cutscenes happening on this staircase right here. All right, and I think there's usually a fast car here, pretty much at all times. So if you needed a fast car, there's generally one there. All right. hedge maze. Alright, who needs a hedge maze and you can just hop over it? Easy. Okay. Then there was boats over here usually. I think this is where the speedboats docked. And then that's the airports, I think. So this half of the map wasn't unlocked until halfway-ish through the game. Yeah, there's the airport. This is the booby ice cream. Sure. And then this is where the Cuban and Haitian factions were in the game, I think. And then this way was downtown, I want to say. There's some quest line with a rock band that I think took place over here. Then there's the movie studio. There's a whole quest line there. Well, this certainly is Vice City, pretty much as I remember it. It's a little weird not having... Yeah, this is literally Vice City. Haley, yeah, this is literally Vice City as a modded map. I loaded up the... there's also a San Andreas map, but it doesn't have the fast travel thing on it. Like, oh, maybe it did and I just didn't see it. I don't remember this. This looks like an off-road course. Because I remember San Andreas had off-road stuff, but I don't remember Vice City having that. Degenitron, the arcade comes to your living room. Play 3 exciting games. Shaft hot dogs, the taste of a real man's meat. So, movie studio here. This is where the float plane docked, I think. Right down here. And it's got all the sets here as part of the level geometry. Yeah, Prana, yeah. Yep, and then there was this area. I think you flew around here on a helicopter with a mounted machine gun, I think, and you did like a turret sequence, like all around this area. Maybe like 2/3 of the way through the game. I remember that with Lance. And then this was the big mall, I think. Yeah, the North Point Mall. Oh, can I go in there? Kind of. Yeah, this is so cool that you could you could have all of this state-of-the-art game from 2001 or so and just have the whole damn game as a mod in your goofy sandbox virtual reality game. Oh, that's great. Okay. Well, a lot of the other mods weren't working, So I think that's pretty much the full breadth of BONELAB that I want to explore here. Let's just go up real high here and interesting that that falls way faster than us. All right. Stuck the landing. Yeah, it's weird seeing the it's probably because it's in an actual lighting setup with proper shadows being cast that you couldn't really do on PS2. But there is a lot of weird stuff with like texture shimmering and things like that, but that's kind of to be expected with stuff that's sold. Can we go in the water? All right. Sure. Okay, so there is more to this game that actually comes with the game, but I'm not sure I really want to explore it right now, maybe at a later date, since I finished up the campaign. But there is more to this, like the parkour. I only did one of the parkour levels and I didn't actually finish it. So we got Dungeon Warrior, that one I did, Neon District Parkour and Rooftops, for just kind of a speedrun mode. And then Sandbox is just Sandbox. Experimental is, I don't know, some goofy stuff. Arena is you just put in a big arena and you have to fight off waves of enemies. I did Container Yard, I think, for one of those. Interesting that the single player levels also kind of count as arena levels. And then Tactical Trials was go through a obstacle course and shoot things while you do it. Oh, interesting. Street Puncher counts as a tac trial. Huh. So I did Drop Pit already, and then there's also Neon District Tac Trial for all that. And yeah, I think that's what is this? Is this a secret? All right, let's become small boy here and see what's in here real quick. What is this? Okay, so this is a little area accessible from I'm trying to become anime lady. Game. So we got fake doorways. Not this way. All right, I'm curious as to what the hell all this is before I call it. Card reader. Interesting. So in the latest update that came out for the game, it said something about ID cards and card readers being added. I wonder if this is one of those things that was added. I suspect it is. So this goes to that. Okay. I think there's one other direction that I didn't go. It was over here. Yeah, this just goes back out to the hub. And so does this. Huh. Okay. So it looks like I found where you need to put a key card. But I don't have a key card. I think I remember where they were in the campaign. But I would have to go back through those levels to get them. And I'll probably just look up what those do. Interesting. Interesting game. Okay. Froggy. All right. This has been the Boneworks experience. Bye bye. Oh god. Big is too big. I can't see the menu. Okay. Interesting game. I'm really glad the end of the game wasn't super motion sickness inducing. The car ride in the credits was a little bit. It's unfortunate I couldn't get some of the modded characters to work, because one of them was the Iron Giant and is like 100 meters tall. I wanted to see what that was like, but it didn't load. So, unfortunate. Okay. Ugh. All right, let me get my headset turned off here. Okay. Ugh. Interesting game. All right, timer off. Spider-Man VR. There actually are games that are like that. They're called Wind something. I have them. There's 2 of them, and they're actually not that bad for motion sickness. And they're apparently like pretty short games. So I don't know. I might do those one day. There's also an Iron Man VR game that's made by like a larger studio. And I don't know. Might get that one. That one's actually kind of expensive for what it is and for what the length of the game apparently is. So I don't know. It's on PSVR and I think like Oculus platforms. So it also wouldn't be super easy for me to play, kind of like this one. This one was, unfortunately. Okay. Let's wrap up BONELAB here, shall we? All right, completed. Yes, cheated. I'm not even sure how you could in this game, because anything is possible in Lava Gang, including cheating if you want. So, sure. Okay, things that I liked. Grew upon the really cool interaction systems that the first game had. So the first game, Boneworks, felt at times and for a lot of the game like a big old tech demo of like what's possible in early VR with interaction systems with players. So early Boneworks predated finger tracking controllers. It predated, like, I would say, high quality headsets. So a lot of what they were doing was experimenting with kind of low quality hardware on exactly like what was possible with VR, and in a lot of cases, kind of what not to do, in my opinion, which we will get to, and things I didn't like. But Boneworks, the predecessor to this, and BONELAB, both do a lot more exploring of physical interaction that you don't necessarily get in a lot of other VR games, or even at all in traditional non-VR games. So I always appreciate that this game kind of pushes the limits on all of that, even though sometimes it doesn't quite work, in my opinion. It's still really cool to experience it. Fantastic soundtrack in this. Like this one, just bangers top to bottom in the soundtrack for this one. The first game had kind of a more subdued soundtrack to it. This one, they went full in on synths and electronic music and proper vocals, and actually is a soundtrack that I've added to my rotation of soundtracks that I listen to just when I'm on the computer doing stuff. And that's kind of like the highest honor that I can give a video game soundtrack, if I want to actively listen to it outside of the game that I'm playing it in. So just bang up job for this one. The soundtrack is all available for free on YouTube if you want. The composer also has a Bandcamp page for the album for this that I think is $10, and you get the really high quality versions of the tracks. So really digging the music in this one. Let's see. I like the addition of being able to change avatars in this. Yeah, Jimmy Wong's in it. I don't know who that is. Is that a media personality? I think I remember him or his voice from the first game, but beyond that, I'm not familiar with that person. Let's see. Yeah, the Long Boy's pretty good avatar. So yeah, I like that there's the addition of the avatar system. I like that it opens up more gameplay possibilities. However, I also think that it's not enough was put into it, which I guess we'll get into when we get to the things I didn't like. Let's see. Greater variety of levels and environments to this one compared to the first game. New Game High School. Yeah, I've never heard of that. But yeah, based off of the the delivery of his lines, if that's legitimately how he is IRL, then yeah, probably a cool guy. So yeah, a greater variety of levels. So this one had like the go-kart level. It had the parkour levels. It had the minecart level, and it feels like they added more systems into it that I think for the most part worked pretty well. Let's see what else. I like that they officially added a parkour mode to this in addition to the other modes. So I feel like the parkour and the climbing, especially the climbing and to a lesser degree the platforming is still a little janky in this, just like in the first game. But the climbing and swinging on things is like one of the best strengths of this game, and the interaction system that they made for the BONEWORKS BONELAB games. And I really love that they put in an actual parkour mode. Would have been nice if there's more levels to it, but again, that's something you could just make in mods or make yourself in the sandbox mode. It looks like they made the sandbox mode easier to use. So the sandbox mode in the first game was like, okay, here's two like large gray rooms. Now have fun, make something. Whereas in this, it looks like they give you at least some more variety for the like locations that you could be building stuff in the sandbox mode, and also they literally give you the SDK to make stuff in the game outside of the game itself. So really cool that they did that for people to make extra content based off of how many things actually loaded after I beat the main story. It seems a little hit or miss on whether or not the mod content actually works or not, which is a bummer because some of that stuff looked really cool. But we did get to see the cool stuff like the Vice City map, the San Andreas map. I liked some of the dumb avatars like Big the Cat and Sonic, stuff like that. Stuff like that you rarely see in like big productions because the legal teams will just be like, no, not gonna put that in. But in this one, they did it, and it's great. I love that they did. Let's see. I think that's probably about it for the things I really liked. All right, weaknesses. This has the same problem with body physics tied to camera movements that the first game did. So what I mean by that is that when you're playing pretty much any other VR game, if you move your head towards a wall, chances are you'll get very gently stopped at the wall, or you'll just like barely clip into it and then it just gently pushes you back a little bit like that. In this game, the difference is you put your head on the wall and it will it'll spring you back like that when you're not prepared for that. And it does a lot of stuff where you turn a little bit and then the camera wobbles a little bit. And that's not me physically wobbling my head. That's the camera doing that. And I can see that when I'm playing. And the disconnect between what my eyes are seeing, what my head is doing, and what my inner ear is expecting my head to be doing causes this disconnect and causes motion sickness, at least in me. There's a very good reason why a lot of other games don't do that, and it's for that exact reason, because that is very nauseating to experience. If the player is able to keep their head perfectly still while they're moving, the camera should not also be moving. Like, it's also why I generally turn off head bobbing in like first-person shooters, because even though it gives you the sensation of movement, it's also very jarring, because you're not expecting the camera to be doing that and having your inner ear and your vision systems in your brain trying to decipher what's going on. It usually ends up in a bad time. And in this, they made the decision that every single part of the player's body, including their head, was going to have physics applied to it. And that ends up in situations like that of your head gets knocked around and it's on a spring and just leads to an overall bad time. There's also a decent amount of times in the game where it takes away control from the player and will like when you're loading into the modded levels, for instance, where you select the level and it sucks you in through the door and brings you to this hallway thing. As brief as that is, that also is very disorienting for the player for it to do that. Any other VR game, I think, would fade out or have some fade out effects and then go to the loading screen, which is a much less nauseating way to do stuff like that than to physically move the player's camera through something against their will. Let's see. To a lesser extent, the go-kart and the minecart sections. The minecart section was not too bad. That did not make me motion sick. I don't really know why. I don't think I can put my finger on that. I think it's because it didn't jostle the player camera as much as the other stuff did. The go-kart part did, though, and I think the reason why for that was because it was so low to the ground that my eyes and my inner ear were trying to decipher looking at the ground in relation to everything else, and then the course kind of also undulated. For what it's worth, they did point out at the start of that level that you did not actually have to use the go-kart to complete the level. So good on them for giving the players the option to just walk around the track rather than do the racing part. But I figured when in Rome, get sick and throw up from the motion sickness that you get while playing that level. So I played the level, I experienced it. I'm good. Never again on that. Let's see what else. It felt like the main campaign did not do enough with the different avatars. So I know they were trying to introduce the system of the different bodies, but it kind of felt like you spent a lot of the game getting those bodies, and then when you get to the part where you actually need to solve puzzles with them, it's like, here's 3 rooms where you have to be the big dude to roll a ball into a hole, and then you had to be Long Boy, I guess, to effectively do some like swinging platforming stuff. And then that was it. You really didn't need to use any of the other bodies for really anything else. And it just it feels like they left a lot on the table there for a better showcase of all that, because it feels like they went to this big effort and trouble to make this avatar system, and then the like being able to change avatars at will thing, and then you're only using the mechanic like twice for the rest of the single player. So I would say that's disappointing. Let's see. The end of the campaign was a disappointment. The ending of the first game, which I would say starts from the like tower, the big tower thing that you had to fling the balls into, to I guess open a rip in space-time or something. Doing that while fighting off the constantly spawning enemies and having to hectically run from corner and corner of the map. And then the cool twist of going through that rift and then going into the medieval part and fist fighting the king to become the king. That was cool as shit. That was a really cool ending to that game. In this one, it was like, okay, you make your way back to essentially the start of the game, to the weird village where you got hanged at the start. You kill everybody in the village, and then there's a guy in a cab that you take a cab ride with, and then he says, okay, go play the rest of the game. Like, that's honestly a bit of a letdown, especially compared to the first one. I feel like it wasn't really as much of a challenge at all compared to the first one. Maybe that's due in part to the avatar system, but then again, I didn't really change avatars that much in the final part, and I was just using guns the whole time. Like, maybe if they took away your weapons, like I think they did in the end of the first game, and made you fist fight the NPCs in that area, or only use the stuff that was available in the level, that probably would have made that part more challenging and much more fun to do. Because it's weird, because they, in the first game, between levels, they took away all your weapons. They took away all your weapons, all your items, as you went from level to level. In this game, they didn't do that. You kept all of your items that you had with you between level to level. So it also like removed a lot of the experimentation and urgency, I guess, of like, okay, I guess it's only going to give me a handgun for this level, and that's it. And then I gotta like use a wrench or like this bowling ball or something to fight enemies, or my bare hands if need be. And it feels like, especially for this game, the second game, where it gives you the avatar system, this would have been the perfect time to do something like that. Take away the players' weapons that they had at some point, spawn in a plunger and like a dagger or something, and then here you go. This is what you got. Make it through the level, and then maybe you'll get like a handgun or something halfway through the level, and you have the option to like climb around a bunch of enemies, or fight the enemies, or like distract them or something. It all feels like a big missed opportunity to me, which is kind of disappointing when you think about like how long this game's been in development. Because the first game came out I think 4 years ago, I want to say. 4 or 5 years ago. So if it took them 5 years to make the avatar system, and then it feels like slapped together this campaign, that's a little disappointing. That's kind of how that turned out. Because even though the campaign, I think, was about as long as the first game's campaign, it felt like there was way less combat in it, way less like traversal and puzzles in it compared to the first game. So it felt like a bargain bin FPS game from like 2001 in terms of like story and level creation, and variety of levels is kind of how I felt about that campaign for a lot of it. I would certainly say that I was disappointed in how the campaign ended up being. That said, I didn't think the game was trash or anything. I just felt like there's a lot of untapped potential in what they could have done for the campaign. And I guess you could say like maybe they were leaving it to modders to make all the cool content for this game, and yeah, that's totally a thing. Like they certainly gave modders the tools to make cool levels and experiences like that. But it feels like for something that comes with the official product, expecting a little bit more out of them. Like it feels like this is an RPG Maker game, except it's first-person VR sandbox maker is essentially what this is. Which, hey, that's really cool in its own right. But if somebody buying this game on launch day, like I did, I bought this on launch. You're expecting a little bit more for the official release for it, at least in my opinion for that. Let's see. I think that covers pretty much all the things I did not like. I can't really fault it for not supporting my headset and my gear officially. Like that's VR is kind of in a weird spot right now, because it's kind of like the old version of Steam's OpenVR and the new stuff OpenXR. This game is kind of trying to straddle both versions of VR, and it ended up not supporting either very well. But that's I can give them a pass for that, because this stuff can be difficult. It just ended up being a huge hassle for me to even play this game, but I'm still glad that I did play it though. Okay, dank memes. The whole game. I killed the dude with a brick as Big the Cat from Sonic the Hedgehog. All right. Can't say I did that in Sonic Adventure. All right, D&B. This game's music was electronic, but I wouldn't call any of the tracks D&B. So no. Alamaus, no. This is all digital dudes. Okay, difficulty is hard. I would call this significantly easier than the first game. A lot of that coming down to the availability of weapons for most of the game. It felt like there's less ammo scattered around than the first game, but because you kept all of your stuff between level to level, that mattered a whole lot less. Let's see. The gunplay and combat there was less enemies, and they seemed a little less aggressive than in the first game. So I would say combat a lot easier. The traversal and like climbing and parkour mechanics, there was also a lot less of that in the game than in the first one. And the parts where you did have to climb stuff, it seemed like some of the climbing you had to do in the first game, it would be like 5 minutes, it felt like, from start of the climbing section to whenever you finally hit a part that you could let go and stand on level ground again. Whereas this, it was like 30 to 60 seconds tops for doing any sort of climbing or swinging in it, which again, that was the coolest part of the first game. And the fact that there was a lot less of it in this one, a bummer. I would call that a bummer. Let's see. So the times that I died here, some of these deaths were in combat when I think I was getting swarmed by like skeletons, I think in one part. And then in, I think here or so, I was trying to do some platforming. And I kept falling into the green goo, I think. And that was just insta-killing me. So I think this was platforming deaths, and these were combat deaths, I want to say. And then it was smooth sailing for the rest of the game. And I'm trying to think how many times I died in the first game. I don't think I died that many times, now that I think about it. Even though the combat was a lot more hectic in the first game. It also felt like there was a lot less like instant death things like this. So anytime that you fell in like a platforming section, you just had to get back to the start and try again. So I guess that certainly makes this one easier too. And yeah, like any first-person VR shooter, how difficult you find the combat a lot of times comes down to how good your aim is. Unfortunately, in this one, because of the way that these controllers have to emulate an Oculus controller, when you're holding onto them like this, the controller itself is pitched forward, whereas an Oculus controller would be like this. So whenever you're shooting a gun with this, you have to pull it up this way, and the gun barrel would be like this, where normally you're expecting the gun barrel to be like that. So that certainly made aiming the weapons in this game way harder than it usually is in VR stuff. Unfortunately, there's no controls inside the game or in the weird emulation software that I have to use to actually adjust that. Some games actually do. They let you adjust the angle of the gun that you're holding, but this did not, and it really made things a lot harder than it needed to be, especially when like you go down a hallway and there's like an enemy just off to your left or something, and you got to pull out the gun real quick and get them. It's easy enough to do that on instinct. Pull out the gun from the holster, turn it, and start shooting. But because of the way that the gun was aiming, I was shooting at the ground most of the time. So when I would do that on instinct, just because of the messed up aiming. So that certainly made things harder. But I think in aggregates, I would call this probably 2. And the 2 is mostly because you also need a strong stomach to properly play this as well. And strong VR legs, I guess. BONEWORKS and BONELAB are not for like first time VR players. You definitely need to have some sea legs, I guess, under you before trying to take on this. And I would factor that into the difficulty. Just because of how the game is structured. Okay. So how did I feel about this one overall? In some ways, this is an inferior game to its predecessor, BONEWORKS. Mostly in the single-player campaign for it. And the puzzles and the challenge and the gunplay and all that. All that I think was superior in the first game. BONELABs, to me, I'm not sure if this is the intention of the developers. I suspect it is. I think their intention for BONELAB was more like, we took Boneworks, stripped out a lot of the stuff that was a little extraneous, like most of the campaign, and put in a cool framework to make just a bunch of cool stuff in VR, like a Gary's mod of VR, where you're not necessarily expecting it to come with a super deep campaign or a long campaign. I was, and I was let down by that, but maybe I was just expecting too much out of the campaign for this. But again, like going through all the trouble of making this switchable avatar system and then barely using it for like it was like the final 20% of the game when you could use that system. A little disappointing. I don't know how I feel about judging a game based off of the potential of user created content for it. But I think in this instance, such a large portion of the game is designed around letting players make their own stuff and be able to share their own stuff. Well, I say their own stuff, but a lot of it is stolen assets from other games. Whether or not I can factor that into how I judge the quality of the game, the main game itself, I think I can really only judge it from the stuff that's shipped with the game. Like if you were living off under a rock somewhere and you had a VR headset and a gaming PC and no internet connection and you just had BONELAB, the experience that you get out of the box with BONELAB for the campaign is not amazing, I would say. However, the parts that are really cool about this are the stuff like the parkour levels. I really love that they put in the parkour levels and the level selection. I think I had more fun in that like 5 minutes I spent in the parkour level, just trying to like make the jumps and do that quickly, than I did in pretty much the entire rest of the campaign. The floppies. That's pretty much the plot of Super Hot VR. You are installing the game on floppy disks into the computer for the headset for that. So sure. Let's see. So yeah, in summary, campaign disappointing. The extra stuff though, like the parkour, the tactical stuff, I really like that you don't have to spend like 5 minutes running to get to the cool stuff like the tactical trials. I'm thinking back to the post-game content in the first game. In the first game, there was like this almost portal-style room that was like this big cube-shaped room, I guess. And then you had to find 3 batteries, I think, to open up a door. And you had to like shoot a box. There was one that was like way up. You had to climb up to get to it. And then there were some enemies that would spawn in. And then that was how you got to like one of the secret levels, I think, in Boneworks. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing like that in BONELAB. And thinking back on it, that one like secret level in Boneworks was probably more fun than the entire campaign of BONELAB, unfortunately. So God, it just feels like there's so much untapped potential for that. They nailed it with the campaign in the first game, and then just kind of a bummer how the campaign for BONELAB turned out. And then yeah, there's like the game came out a few months ago. I think it was October is when it came out, so about 2 months, I think. And there's all sorts of really dumb DLC and stuff out for it already. Or not DLC, user-generated content. So I would definitely put that in the plus category for this. Like I would love to revisit this in 6 months, a year or something, and look at what the highly rated user-generated content for this is and see if there's some cool like single-player experiences that people have made for this. So there's always potential in the future, but that's kind of all it is potential, you know? And it's kind of a shame that some of that potential wasn't fully explored by the development team for the game, especially considering how much I liked the first game's campaign. Just kind of a bummer how it turned out in part 2 here. So I think I remember giving Boneworks a 5 as a great game. I think on average, I still enjoyed this game a lot. It still had its moments. And like a really great VR moment hits a lot harder than just anything happening in a traditional game because it's you doing it. You did the cool thing in a lot of instances in VR. So that definitely colors my experiences with the game much more so than in something else. Like, oh, I did something cool in Fall Guys. Wow. But in this, it's like, okay, I jumped across this building and then grabbed on this thing and then pulled out my rifle and then shot this thing on the way down and then let go and spun around and did all that. It's really cool. When things are clicking in this game, it is fantastic. It's an unmatched experience when things are really working well. When the game is actively fighting you, and the physics system is actively trying to keep you from doing stuff like climbing ladders, let's say, or trying to do the puzzle of pulling the thing and then hitting a button to keep it in place, and just struggling to do that. That's kind of the downside. The cool physics interaction system can do some really amazing things for gameplay, but the flip side of it is it's like 50-50. 50% you're doing cool stuff, 50% you're like running face first into a wall, or like getting your arm stuck on a ladder, or like getting your hand to let go of something, or trying to pull yourself onto a ledge and like fighting the leg system in this game to get it to do what you want. It's really a double-edged sword. And Boneworks had a very similar system for all that stuff, but I don't remember having nearly as many issues with that one in terms of interactions. So I hate to say it, but I think BONELAB is a worse game than Boneworks, even though like theoretically the scope is so much larger for what you can do and all the interactions and avatars and levels and all that. I think it's a worse game than BONELAB. So I still liked it. It still had its moments, but this isn't quite there to get it up to great. And unfortunately, the things that it would have to do to get up to great status would require a lot of work to make more levels and better experiences in the existing levels, which they may or may not have done. I should actually add, between part 2 and part 3, there was a patch, and during the parkour level where I was playing as Fast Booby Lady on the like Mirror's Edge level, the first time I went through there in part 2, there were no enemies, there was no helicopter, and there was like a section of the level that straight up wasn't there. And then when I played it in part 3, it had enemies, it had a helicopter, and it had like an extra section in the level that didn't before. So it is entirely possible that some of the parts before then had significant changes to them, for like the Street Fighter level, or going from the hub level to the giant guy where you learn about the avatar system. It's entirely possible that those levels are better now. I don't know, but those levels I didn't actually have a problem with. It was a lot of the rest of the game that I had a problem with. So I'm not sure that really helps its case for being bumped up to great here. But that said, for the most part, I enjoyed the experience of playing through this. It's unfortunate that some of the parts made me really motion sick, but it certainly had its moments outside of that. So there we go. BONELAB done in 4 sittings, 6 hours, 53 minutes. Sure. I finished the campaign at like 6:20, I want to say. 9 deaths. Some of those are platforming. Some of those are combat. And a 4 out of 5. It's pretty good. Not great. Pretty good. Okay. There we go. That is